There are cases when judges get overwhelmed by the contestants' performance, and there are cases where the judges do not like the performance at all. But very few times do judges actually get physical with the contestants or other fellow judges on stage. And isn't that obvious? Because they are being watched by thousands of people on the television channel that the show is being aired on. And again, thousands of the YouTube videos their reaction gets recorded, taking the total view count up to millions. But there still happens to be times when judges get so out of their emotions so that they resort to physical reactions. Below are 6 times judges got physical during a show. Number 1. Tatum the Magician. When Tatum the Magician gets a no by all 4 judges in the 2014 edition of France Got Talent, Tatum had to threaten the judges with his magical knife. Taking the judges by surprise, Tatum was able to get quite close to the judges until they got physical. One of the judges slapped the knife away from his hand, while the other stripped off his jacket to go for a fight. It turned out to be a hilarious spectacle, where the judges removed the magical items from Tatum. He's not so very magical anymore. Number 2. Simon Cowell vs. Mel B. When Simon Cowell teases Mel B of her wedding night not fulfilling the anticipated enthusiasm in a show of America's Got Talent, the fellow judge picks up her glass of water and then pours it all over Simon Cowell's head, leaving him all wet in a white shirt. Their fellow judge Heidi wasn't safe either from the water attack. Mel B stormed out of the audition right after making her statement, where Simon Cowell had to elaborate his remarks regarding Mel B's wedding. Number 3. Simon Cowell, Louis Walsh vs. Sharon Osbourne. All 3 X Factor judges got into a water fight right on the stage while judging contestants. This happened because of the way Louis Walsh treated her, to a point where Sharon Osbourne even thought of leaving the show. Louis Walsh even once questioned Sharon Osbourne if she had been on drugs or not, leading to Sharon Osbourne not keeping her cool on the stage and flipping out on Louis Walsh. And when the water fight started, Simon Cowell automatically became a part of it because he became collateral damage. And this all happened while the contestants actually stood on the stage. Number 4. Debbie Stevens vs. Louis Walsh. Sometimes contestants can get hard to work with, and at times judges just like to mess around with their contestants. Something similar happened in an X Factor show where Louis Walsh, a judge, threw water on a female contestant, Debbie Stevens, when she approached the judges on the stage. Getting a no for an answer is devastating for many of the contestants, and similarly, Debbie couldn't just leave the venue without taking revenge. Therefore, she came back after having left initially and tried throwing water on the judges. Louis Walsh got a hint of her movement, and thus he made the first move by throwing the water from his glass first on the assailant contestant, Debbie Stevens. Number 5. Louis Walsh vs. Sharon Osbourne. When a young contestant showed up to sing a Whitney Houston song, Louis Walsh and Simon Cowell would not stop making fun of her voice and the way she thinks. Devastated by the way the 2 judges were commenting on her performance, the contestant burst into tears while she stood up upon the stage. While witnessing all that was happening, Sharon Osbourne came to the contestant's rescue, where she comforted her and took her out of the contestant's friends and family herself. When Sharon Osbourne came back to the venue, she got into a heated discussion between the sitting judges, who still made fun of the weeping contestant. Sharon Osbourne got very furious, and that made her throw water from a glass in her hand on Louis Walsh, soaking his blue shirt from water. Number 6. Sharon Osbourne vs. Laughter. When having to deal with performers who do not fail to present a hilarious show, keeping it together for judges gets quite hard. Sharon Osbourne was caught in a similar case where she had to battle with laughter as the contestant's performance was hilarious. At least that's what she thought. She couldn't keep herself in the chair and collapsed to the ground, while jokingly voting in favor of the performer because she thought the performance was a spectacular one. That's it for today. Hope you liked the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel before leaving. We have loads in store for you guys. Goodbye.